Okay guys, this is Jason with Dead Lead Air. Today we're doing a video on the Corbin core cutter. This core cutter is seriously of some of the most upright, best manufactured molds that I've ever had. And I've had really nice Lee core molds, or not core molds, but bullet molds and stuff. This is a core mold. This thing is super accurate. I'm going to show you some tips and tricks today, but before I do that, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. And just so you guys know, every one of my accurate slugs is pressed with Corbin presses and Corbin equipment like this. Now, just my relationship with Corbin, to be honest and transparent with you guys, is that I buy equipment from them with my own money. I actually requested this to test to see if it was going to work in my small industrial setting, and as of right now I have no issue showing you guys that it is going to work in a small industrial setting as well as a home setting. This thing is phenomenal, right? This helps you not waste any of your over cast or your over press wires. You just throw them in your melting pot and get started. So everything's heated up. But I will show you what I use to heat stuff up. So the core mold right now is at 175 degrees. And the lead is at 700 degrees, which is a little hot, but they say to run it hot. I have a bean scale here. The bean scale or powder scale, whatever the heck you want to call it. And then say we were starting from scratch and I had just done 50 grains the day before. I have a 75 grain core for our 70 grain eviscerators. So we go 5 grains over. So what you do is you're going to take that core, you're going to set it inside your, we'll take one of these other ones here. Set it inside your core mold. It will go in there perfectly. Maybe. So you press it in, make sure it's flush with the top at the end, and then you take it out, put it in at the back. Oh yeah, it's hotter in the middle. Make sure it's flush. You'll see that it really doesn't cut anything off there. It did a little bit on this one, but it's because I didn't push it far enough down. And then anyways, so now you have a 75 grain core set. It's set and ready to go, okay? So now I'm going to show you some pouring. How I pour does not mean that it's the only way to pour, but this is the way I pour. So first things first, I'm going to get all my oxidation off the top of my lead. When you're running your lead hot, you're going to have more oxidation. That's just part of it. But it's super light. Make sure your pour hole is clean out of your pourer. And then you're just going to let your set in here real quick. And then what I do is I start pouring at the front of the mold. We'll fill it up and pour it. It's going to pour extremely fast this time. So you're going to pour it at the very front, fill it up, come over to all the rest of the holes really fast, top off your screw, let your screw solidify. You're going to take your hand, not pushing up, but just pushing straight forward this way, breaking your screw. It does take a little bit of force. Pushing up gently. As you see, I did not use any force doing that. No force is required. This is a very finely machined product. And if you wanted to give it just a quick tap, not slamming on it, but like a quick tap, I'll show you next on this next one. That would be okay too. You give it a quick tap and they're going to kind of come flying out of there with some veracity. So we'll go ahead and, like I said, you pour your screw. I pour the screw full. But just make sure that all that lead underneath that screw is super hot and still able to flow down into the core and not leave a bunch of imperfections. I'm not by any means perfect at this yet, but we're going to go ahead and push straight forward. Okay, I missed the middle mold. That was my fault. But the rest, 3 perfect cores. Like I said, you don't really have to push hard. I'll tap a little harder on the next one. And then we're going to call it, guys. I mean, this is super easy. The equipment is super nice, super well built. Beyond super well built. Like, the fact that you can take and have something that's you're pouring 700 degrees into a mold and it's not locking up and getting to where you can't use it. It's pretty phenomenal. So, hole's still wide open. Go ahead and pour our lead. When we have our facility built, all of this will be in its same spot every time. This will be up a little closer, and it won't be this specific melting pot. We have another one on order that's bigger, around, and shorter, so we're closer to the pour. And then we have a different ladle coming. So it is solidified. I'm going to go ahead and just once again push straight away. Beautiful, perfect cores. We'll go ahead and weigh one real quick. On this cheap Hornaday powder scale, portable powder scale, 75. Very nice. 75. Very nice. All right, so we'll just go ahead and keep moving forward here with a couple more pours. Some things came loose. We were getting closer to 79. I don't want that, so I'm showing you guys right now on the fly that you can readjust it. I need to tighten it up a little bit. It's 75.4, so that's going to be beautiful. And now we'll go ahead to the other end. I'll make sure I weigh it. Ooh, hot. Okay, 75.4. We're back where we were at. I'm going to go ahead and stick that in there. And that is showing flush right there. So it was this side that came loose, and we're just going to double make sure that this is nice and tight. It is. And we're going to do that with this side too, because we want our cores to remain perfect, and they will. Yep. Beautiful. So that's what I'm saying. That's your 50 grain core. Like I said, a couple of them got up to 79 because I didn't tighten it all the way. And so there you go. Nice troubleshooting right off the fly. We got a couple of heavy ones, but that's okay. Now remember, guys, every one of my slugs is pressed with Corbin presses, and using equipment like this to make sure we have no waste. The core mold with Corbin Manufacturing as well. I will leave a link below. Please be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. And again, God bless, and keep that air dry.